that shit hurt. Gotta get it out the dirt. I don't know which is worse. I wanna go on.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy V Steve.
Relative.
Back in the building for another episode of the Mx2 experiment. You know, we had to keep it going. You know, there's been a lot of things going on.
Hindering us.
Trials and tribulations. And, you know, life goes on. You got to keep pushing, you know what I'm saying, no matter what.
Right.
So what we got today, Relative?
Well, we should start off about building a team of people that could work with each other without having to deal with different attitudes and stuff. Because it's always like that saying they always use, teamwork makes the dream work. It's always good to, do teamwork. Somebody could be a cameraman. Somebody could do this and do that, multi-talented, instead of having to find somebody and pay them extra money just so they can mess with us, instead of genuinely having a group to do it. So when you have a group and everybody's not carrying their weight and you're doing most of it, you're not in the right group. That's how most groups end up falling apart, because one's really carrying weight, so the people push you to the side like, hey, you need to drop them niggas because they not really doing the shit that you doing. You gotta cut the dead weights like that.
There's been, because I worked with like a lot of artists. I'm not gonna say like hundreds, but I've worked with a lot of artists.
Yeah.
And like, and I've heard stories from other producers, because I've talked with other producers and matched like, like, hey bro, does this really happen? Or, am I tripping? Or, and like, no, like things like this happen. Like you can think one artist is like, good, round the skill list, good. Right. And then this one is good, round the skill is good. And then you put them in the same room and it's just
trash.
Like the song, trash, or the song may even be good. It's just like the vibe or energy's not there, and like, or in this case, in Hollywood and stuff, the money would be there, so the artists would be forced to, sit there and work with each other, like, what I'm saying.
And
so
not really actually building a vibe and building a connection to really want to work with each other. It's just a spur of the moment. Two artists came through, okay, put them on the track, and that's it.
And it does happen. It happens in the underground, but like it kind of just happens when like people are coming up and like, like. If you got your, something going, like you don't per se need anyone or anything because you got it. Right. And so like.
And that one time you pointed out that you can't put everybody on anyways. You can't, because people for our crew, they're gonna start seeing us be more successful. People that used to come here or do music or whatever that really didn't really mess with us, they gonna come from the woodworks. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna come through because y'all making some hits out of the studio, but we're not gonna waste our time on the outworld that's not helping us profit from our skills within.
Within, because like for example, you like it's like running a business and then like also having your own like brand and your own personal career. It's different, and especially when you have to focus and really change direction, because it's working with the public, and trying to work on yourself, it could be a lot. And so making that decision, switching over or really focusing, whether or not you can have, if you were working with the public or doing it by your own, doing it yourself, the choice to focus is a necessary step of growth, and it's really isolating yourself. You know what I mean? Isolating yourself with like-minded people.
Right. And the hard thing for me is the judging part. Like, you know how like when they do the award shows and stuff like that, or some type of competition, you always have that one strict judge and that one soft judge,
right,
the middle one.
Right.
I'm the more of the soft spoken one. I don't want to hear nobody's feelings. You know, it depends on how you break it down to them. Cause there'd be a few artists that been wanting to work with me, but I felt like their skills wasn't polished enough, and I didn't want to waste my time throwing some hard shit down, and then he hits a verse, and it's so it's kind of hard for me to like judge people with their music, cause if you tell a person that he's not ready yet, they either gonna take it on the chin and think better, or they might feel salty about it. So that's one of the things I was.
Yeah, and just
I don't want to be the person that the boss hired to fire people type shit.
okay.
Damn, that's gonna fuck my day up. I'm a good person, like bro. Try McDonald's.
Yeah.
Big man upstairs he don't like how you working.
Things can things can be misinterpreted, you know, and
Or not giving enough time to actually talk about it, cause being busy, and you can't really explain yourself on certain parts. Even when you do the texting, sometimes it gets taken out of context because it's texting.
Yeah,
you can't really hear the voice and the either it was a angry person text or a nice person text. You might, cause it's funny cause I left the cap locks on my phone one time and I was texting my niece. She's like, "Why are you yelling me through text?" I'm like, what do you mean yelling through text? Everything is capital. Like, oh. I looked at it. Everything was capitalized. Like, yeah, that dude's like some yelling ass typing. That's so funny. I'm like, I never thought about that. Cause back in the day, we used to call each other like, "Where you at?" type shit. Now everybody's texting.
Not everybody can be in the same mind frame, and that's
why we have FaceTime, so we can see each other and hear each other physically and mentally and shit like that.
No.
Yeah. That's it. But yeah. And there's some good, in the AV. There's some good artists. We really do got a lot of good artists. This is a problem that they don't really invest into the right things in order for them to get noticed. You can't be stingy on your music. Like trying to find a studio, right? If they got good quality and the dude is a good mix in engineering and stuff like that, and got like a certificate proving that he went to school for it, you gonna spend some coins. It's an investment. You're not gonna just blow up overnight and throw out songs and songs hoping someone click the right like button and then, oh, he liked my stuff. Like, you like it, but you still know it. You just gotta like. That's all it is. There's nobody hitting your phone. There's nobody texting you like, oh, we like what you're doing, this and that. And if they do that, make sure you know the business side. Even sometimes the lawyers be on some weird shit. They might read the contract and one of the major leagues people talk to the lawyers like, yo, if you trick them to sign the contract, we give you an extra 100,000. Niggas will do some weird shit like that for money. So you gotta read the fine print for yourself and put yourself around people that's gonna help you grow instead of leeching off of you. And you gotta add the oil to make sure it goes smoothly.
You know what I'm saying? And like that's how the entire thing moves.
Right. And there's some people that look at it, you're like, oh, since it's still moving, I don't really need to maintenance it. That's when it end up getting
or I
rusted.
don't need to do anything.
That's when it start making a squeak noise or you get rusted because the person wasn't carrying their weight, thinking they could do shortcuts and hope they blow up faster because they took a shortcut. You can't take shortcuts in this business. You gotta take step by step and know exactly what you're doing. Because if you take 2 steps forward, you're gonna end up taking 3 steps back automatically. That's why you always gotta prepare for, what do they call it? Yeah, prepare for the unexpected.
Yep, exactly.
You gotta have room for error because in this game there's no room for error. So you gotta make sure you have room for error. Even when it comes to gangbang and stuff, they go to the nice neighborhood, break in, such and such. Oh yeah, we lit. We came up on some shit, but they don't talk about when they get caught. What we're gonna do if we get caught? So they in the fucking getting ready to go through trial and shit. Like the dude said, "Was I the only person charged for the drug possession?" And the judge said, "Yes." He looked at his homie next to him. He like, "This nigga done ratted me out." He couldn't do nothing. He was like, "That shit was foul." That dude was hurt too. He like, He looked at the nigga like, I trusted you. The nigga didn't even look at him back. The nigga looking straight directly at the camera because they were in type of a little room for their court hearing. The dude like nothing. His face didn't even change. Nothing. He just staring straight. This dude looked at his face. He like, and we call ourselves gangsters, and we snitching on each other. All right, Blueface. All right.
Yeah.
All right. But that shit funny. That's why I'm glad I kept to myself as a youngster, because it was a lot of influence, but I knew it was negative and unclean. That's why I never really jumped into being the cool dude. Because they say if you want to stand out, you can't fit in. Try to fit in with the crowd. If you want to stand out, you stand out. Then the people gonna gravitate towards you. Like, oh, that nigga different. Oh, he raps different. He looks different. He acts different. He's a real person.
Mm-hmm.
Just being genuine is always gonna be being fake, gangster, or pimping, or this. I don't know. It's like a lot of stuff that goes on. That's funny.
It's definitely the climate of today. Like,
yeah, even with the basketball girl, Brittany Granger, she did some gangster shit. Like, how you get? Oh, it wasn't gangster, to be honest. It's just the fact that she got in trouble for some marijuana pen or whatever,
Yeah. Over.
They was gonna give her 9 years or something like that, and I don't if they made a FaceTime video of her crying, so they probably get me fired. Like, she knew she was gonna come back home. She knew she was gonna bro. I'm taller than all these Russians. They ain't gonna be up on me. That's the craziest shit ever I seen, bro. Trading a female basketball superstar for a Russian killer arms dealer.
Yeah.
That's some gangsters. Like, just by her, I bet you her Instagram's blowing right now. Like, bro. Britney's back from Russia in middle of a fucking war. How did we do that? That shit crazy.
That's classic America for you right there.
And I saw the video of them in the airport, or not airport, but the airspace.
Mm-hmm.
Granger and her people walking this way with the little, whoever got her out, and the dude from the Dell, he getting ready to go back to Russia. The dude that got Granger out shook the dude's hand and hugged him. You can shake the person's hand, but you hugged him like you knew this nigga. Like, you hugged a killer.
Probably did.
You probably did. That's probably his cousin or something. But in order,
he got people in high places,
Yeah, or cold places, because Russia's cold as fuck. Got some people in cold places. But that's some weird shit. That's gangster real shit. That's too funny. Russians don't play. That's crazy. But shit, I'm glad she's back though. I'm surprised because that time that LaMelo, was it LaMelo? No.
Who?
The Ball Brothers, the one that went overseas and he got in trouble for stealing some shades or some shit, and Trump had to bring him back.
I don't remember.
Okay. Yeah, you don't watch basketball, huh? You too busy being in the studio trying to make shit happen. That's what happened.
No,
that's why you gotta kind of shy away from games and stuff all the time, because if you get addicted to doing those extracurricular things, you forget, oh, you're supposed to drop a song in a few weeks. Now you gotta do the catch up part. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So, it's all about placing your, what do you call that word? Priorities.
Yes.
You gotta have priorities. Responsibilities. You gotta be responsible with that shit.
And it's not selfish to put you first.
You have to put you first. You gotta take care of you, because nobody else gonna take care of you.
Nobody else gonna take care of you.
Unless you're a vegetable or on your deathbed. But other than if you can still walk and talk, move your feet. If you gonna talk that shit, walk that shit. Walk it like I talk it. Walk it. Rest in peace. Take off. That shit's sad. Whatever to take off.
Rest in peace.
That shit's sad. My nigga took off.
My
nigga take off.
Hell no. Pause. Pause again. All right, everybody. It's your boy V Steez.
Your boy Relative.
And thank y'all for watching another episode of the Mx2 Experiment. Be back next week. Like, comment, subscribe, share.
Bye, motherfucker.